Hey guys, what's good, what's happening, and what's going on? I had a freaking interesting day today, right? So I get up this morning, have a shower, go to work, and then around 9:30 my phone starts going because I have it on vibrate. Like non-stop, like I'm getting a message on Facebook, but it wasn't Facebook. It was my alert from my camera because this video was happening. So I go, what the frick? What are these guys doing here? Who are these guys? Why are they on my property? Walking around with toolboxes and shit. So I tell my boss I'm taking an early lunch. I know it's only 10, but I'm taking an early lunch. I gotta go home and investigate. There's something going on my property. So I come flying home, get home to see the City of North Bay's Waterworks Department. You already know where this is going, right? You already know where this is going. I got the Waterworks Department on my property and looking to see where all this water is coming from. What water? Well, this is pretty crazy, guys. This is pretty crazy. I get home and I see this hole in the friggin' side of the road, water pissing out of it at a high rate. And if you look, it goes all the way down the road to somebody else's driveway. I'm like, son of a bitch. They painted on my lawn where they got to dig. And guess what? I got to move this boat shed. Now, remember when I was looking everywhere for the water shut off and I couldn't find it? Well, they were able to find it. They were able to find it no problem. I guess the tent moved over the winter because it's right freaking there. That used to be out in the open. That used to be in front of the tent. This tent has moved forward a bunch in the winter. So, chatting with the guy and he's like, this tent is probably going to have to get taken down or moved. I have no idea how the frig I'm going to do that. It's pretty light. I can probably move that on my own. What I'm thinking is I can't do it today. I got martial arts, guys. Today was a stressful day. I need to go beat people up. I need to de-stress with violence. Sounds funny, but it's true. I think I'm going to take that tent, drag it in the backyard, and put it right freaking here. Right freaking here, boys. It's probably going to be the length of the garage, but it's going to sit right here. And then once we get the front yard all dug up and the plumbing fixed, then I'm probably going to leave it there and let this grow back. Because I got to kill off all these weeds. And then I'll just put the boat back here on the lawn and let that die off. And then gradually I'll chop it up, lay down something like a floor for it, and just leave the boat in the backyard instead of having it out in the open up front here. And that way there, it's more protected by the cameras if anybody were to go and mess with my shit. Yeah, they had to go in here and turn off. And I get here and he's got this thing hooked up to the water valve. And he goes, I could hear the running water. Like you can hear it. And that's what Dad told me to do. He's like, if you want to hear the water, go in your garage and get yourself a piece of rebar, because I have some 6-foot rebar in there. They used to be in the backyard as they're pegged into the ground as a makeshift horseshoe pit. He goes, just take it, put it on the valve, put your ear up to it. If it's leaking, you're gonna freaking hear it. Well, I couldn't find the valve, right? I thought it went underground. No, I didn't go underground. The tent just went over top of it because it moved ahead. And it did move ahead a bunch because when I first built this tent, it was back here. And you can see almost the indentation in the ground of where it was. It's moved forward. So, yeah. So tonight I got martial arts from 6 till 7, just sticks. I already did the karate and Panantukan last night. When I get back, I left the boat up here. I'm gonna hook onto it, drag it over here, get the Trans Am out. I might just park it in front of my neighbor's house temporarily, put the boat in here, bring the Trans Am, put it in front of it. Now they won't be able to do this work because there's already 2 digs in session for this week. They're gonna have to come out on Thursday or Friday and rip this up, which means tomorrow night after work when I get home, I'm gonna pull the anchors on this tent and me, myself, and I are going to attempt to bring it over this way and then shimmy it in the backyard. Literally, I'm going to shimmy it, grab the corners and pull, drag it along. If it falls apart, it falls apart. I'll just put it back together. I got to replace the canopy on it anyway because it's shot. But, yeah. I just checked. I still have water pressure. And I don't know why I checked. I had a shower this morning and I had water pressure then, but yeah. As for the boat, it is listed. So far, no bites. But you know what? I was chatting with a buddy of mine. He's like, you were stressed out because of the docking operation. And I said, yeah. And he goes, yeah. He's like, that's a given. He goes, if you're not good at backing up a trailer, you're going to be so stressed out with owning a boat. Like the only thing I can say is hook onto that trailer, drag it over to Canadian Tire at like 10 o'clock at night when there's no cars, and just practice backing it into slots. Get used to backing it up. He goes, that's what I did. He goes, when I first got my boat, I figured I knew how to back up a trailer, and holy shit. He goes, I can back up a utility trailer, no problem. He goes, but boats, there's something weird with the trailers. They're different. You don't need to give it as much input as you do a utility trailer. And I was like, oh. He's like, yeah, man, tires are way back there. He goes, a little bit of input goes a long way. He goes, go spend an hour in Canadian Tire parking lot just backing it into parking spots, and you'll get used to controlling that trailer in reverse to the point where you'll be able to drive in reverse with that trailer and put it anywhere you want. He goes, I tell you, 1 hour, it's all you need. So seeing how that was the most stressful part was getting the boat in the water and getting the boat out of the water, like trying to line up that trailer to get it out and get it back in the water so I can put the boat on it and get it out. I might take his advice on that. And sure enough, when I was on the lake, I wanted to show you guys Camp Island. You remember I was fishing, I was throwing lures at that land? That was Camp Island. I didn't realize where I was on Trout Lake. I was literally around the corner from where I wanted to go. And there's a part where I got to an area where there was all these rocks coming out of the ground. And I'm like, what the heck is that? I don't remember that. Well, I do remember that. Because when I was with Jean, his boat, we went there on purpose. It's called the Stepping Stone. And he told a story about it, about a princess running away from some attackers, and then the trolls showed up and threw rocks at them and basically built a wall to block them back. So that's the whole myth on it. Take it with a grain of salt. But anyway, so I guess I'll check back in tomorrow when we play the tent moving game. Don't need to see me move the boat. You've seen enough of that. But we'll definitely get a laugh out of me moving a tent by myself and get that all figured out, 'cause that's got to get done. Son of a bitch, eh? Son of a bitch. Well, the good news is I still have water pressure. The secondary good news is it's on city property, so it ain't going to cost me a dime. The city has to come out and fix it on their own expense. This is good, because this could have costed me like $20,000 for them to come out, dig up the lot, tear the pipe or whatever. They're got to repair the main, I don't know, and then bury it all, reseed the lawn, go from there. Honestly, all they need to do is just throw down a bunch of dandelion seeds, and because if they put down grass seed, I'm going to have like one area of beautiful lawn and the rest is going to look like complete shit. So they just want to be cheap on it. Just be cheap on it and call it a day. Go get some recycled soil from the dump. It's got loads of weed seeds in it. And at least that way there, my lawn won't look amazing in one little section and like crap in the other spots, right? We'll tune back in tomorrow, guys. I am no longer doing daily videos. I'm doing videos based on subjects now, because that just makes sense. Alrighty, guys. Today's the day I gotta move that tent. You're probably noticing the boat is not in the driveway, and neither is my truck. That's because my truck is right there. The leak is still not fixed. They're coming in tomorrow to do it. And for the time being, I stuffed my boat over here and realized, you know what? This is a good spot for it. I just need to get shovel axe out and knock down a bunch of this bramble. But this is a good spot for the boat, right in here. Gas meter still accessible to the gas company, right on. So that's what we're gonna do. However, I gotta figure out a way to move this thing out of the way. And then just looking at the size of it, I honestly don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit it between the house and the garage, because I was thinking about moving it out and then moving it back. And then I was thinking, well, what if I just put it in the driveway beside the Firebird, but then that blocks my mailbox, and we all know my letter carrier is an idiot, because whenever it's a sunny day, he closes the mailbox after putting mail in it. Proof's in the pudding. Totally got mail. Mailbox is closed because sunny day. Protect the mail from the ultraviolets, but on rainy days, the dum-dum leaves it wide open, which is frickin' awesome, right? Frickin' awesome. So then all my letters get destroyed. So here's what I need to do. My weed whacker, she's out of jam, but I have that little bastard weed whacker. So I need to clear the weeds around where the anchor points are so I can see them, and then remove them, and then figure out how the frig I'm going to move that tent. All right, I think I know what happened and why it moved forward and covered up my water spout. After further inspection, these wires broke. There should be one of these things, these lockouts on there, but both in the front broke and the ones in the back held on, I think. I didn't check this side yet. Yeah, the back held on. Both the fronts broke. I know where the back one is. There it is. So I got to get a wrench, loosen that up, pull that cable to release it. And then the fun part, figuring out how the frig I'm going to move it. Such bullshit. Monster break. Oh, yeah. But yeah, guys. Got her moved over a bit. Just doing it slowly. But I got about another foot of clearance over here. This is going to be tight to try and weasel it back that way. Oh, I should have killed all that grass up against the garage. Still can, but I just need to get it off the front lawn. This is funny. Come and check this out. At least once it's out of the way. Look at how dead this is. This plant's like, oh my God, sunlight, I'm so happy. But yeah, I'll be able to come in here and clean all this shit up. But I gotta carry on. I just stopped for a monster break. I am super sweaty, guys. It's 31 degrees Celsius out right now, and I'm doing this. You know it's gonna be nice? To be able to have a high pressure shower again. Oh, I miss it. I miss it. Alrighty, guys. Well, good news and bad news. Bad news is I underestimated the size of the pocket I was trying to push this tent through. I don't think I'm gonna get it back here. Good news is the city of North Bay came by and they're getting non-stop calls about the leak because, you know, it's bad. So actually they're right over there, and they dropped off a pylon just so people know that they're aware and stop calling about it. So that's pretty cool. I asked the guy, I'm like, if I leave the tent there, I might just put it back over here, guys, and just the peg's already in the ground. I just got to take this out because they're going to be digging there and they're going to hit that. So I got to take those two front lockers out, get them out of the way. So I'm going to do that now. I can leave the back ones in and just restrap it up afterwards. I'm going to put the tent back. It's just easier to manage when it's there than putting it in the backyard and taking up real estate back there. So I don't know what he's trying to do right now. I think he's trying to free up a water main, rainwater thing. Anyway, so this makes it a little bit awkward to get into the house for the time being, but luckily it's just me coming in and out and I can deal. I just have to remember if I come outside to piss on the grass that now my neighbors can see me totally hang one. Now the only problem with leaving it here is it's not anchored down. Also, the back end is literally not sitting on anything. And I thought about putting it back here, but then I was like, well, where would I put it back here? Like, I'd like to get it back in that corner over there, but to bring the boat back there and park it for the winter, that'd be a pain in the ass. Because right now, like, once this is all said and done and that leak is cured, I got to solve this problem here. Like, it's not happening on this side, but I got to fill all this in with dirt or something and get that all fixed up. So right now I just parked the truck in front of the Trans Am. I'm not going anywhere tomorrow or Friday. Well, Friday I'm going somewhere, but it's Rib Fest this weekend. At some point, I'm going to come out here, put the tent back once it's all said and done. This can have some sunlight. Why did I have pieces of wood in? Oh, right. To put I used them as wheel chocks on the boat in case the boat rolled back. And this one here was for the front thing. But I removed the pegs from the front here. That way there when they're digging, they don't dig it up. And this was my attempt to fix the door. Look, it worked so well. All right. Well, I'll put that pylon by the leak so people are aware that there's a leak. Because apparently people have been calling the city like crazy and they're sick and tired of getting calls about this. So that's why Mark from City Hall gave me a call today and said, hey, we're going to be by tomorrow. We got to have that tent nowhere near there. And I said, okay. And then Buddy came by and dropped off this pylon that I moved to the leak. And there, now people are aware. So that'll get dealt with tomorrow. This will get dealt with right now. What the hell? This is an oak tree. This was trying to be an oak tree. Yeah, I don't want any more oak trees. This was some chipmunk or squirrel. Buried this, forgot they buried it, and now it can fly me free and get mowed whenever I get around mowing my lawn. Now this weekend's Rib Fest. I plan on going down, seeing what fun events they do, so on and so forth, and going from there. Sorry I didn't film moving the tent, but literally guys, I just did it in small increments. That's how I did it. Move it over a foot, and then move the other side over a foot, move it back in a foot, back out a foot, back in a foot. Yeah. You can probably see the damages from doing it that way, from dragging it along. You can see where the bars were and digging in. That's literally all I did. Just kept going back and forth, moving, move. And then to move it forward, I just walked it forward. Oh. Well, I'm cooked. That was a lot of work. I literally just walked around this boat tent to go to my blue box when I could have just turned around. It's funny how accustomed you get to things when something changes and you're used to old habits. So, I'm going to kill the light, shut the door. That's my French for you, kill the light. I'm going to go and chill for a bit. That sounds like a battle plan. Try and cool off. Yeah, I'm going to go try and cool off. All right, guys. Well, you remember I had to move my boat shed, right? Because they're coming the next day to do the work. Well, they didn't come. So I figured, probably due to the weather. It was kind of gross out. It was raining. It was cold. It was just a miserable frig of a day. But Friday was a beautiful day. 22 degrees Celsius, nice weather, sunny, perfect day. They didn't show up again. Now, on the weekend, I went with my friend Jen to Rib Fest. Got some ribs, went to the casino. She donated money. I didn't bother because I know how that works. But on the way to the casino, we saw a huge dig that was going on, and that's probably why they didn't touch my property. Well, this morning, I wake up at my usual time, come downstairs, grab a Monster, have a couple chugs, and decide I'm gonna have a shower now in case they come today and shut off my water. So I strip down, you know, get in the old bathtub, turn the water on, and it fires for a bit and stops. And I'm like, the fuck? What's going on? I have no water pressure. Why come no water pressure? So I get out, peek my head out, because I'm still in the buff, right? So I peek my head out. Sure enough, City of North Bay's outside. They cut my water off at 6 a.m. So I'm like, well, whatever. I'll just go to work smell. Luckily, I took a shower last night, so it wasn't too bad. But I'm like, I'll just go to work and get it over with. So I went to work, and while I'm at work, friggin' alarm system's going off like crazy, right? Like, it's kind of funny because well, you'll see it here. Buddy's coming over, and he's looking at the car and stuff. Well, one nice thing about these Wise cameras is they have two-way audio, so you can talk over them and you can listen back. And I'm like, I yelled over the camera, I'm like, hey, bro beans, keep your eyes off the merchandise and focus on your job. Like, total dick move, right? Because they're over here fixing a water main that, if it was my fault, would have cost me an arm and a leg and a firstborn. But I'm just stoked because they did the digging. Oh, I couldn't see much in the camera feed. I'm going to show you now. Like, you can see if you look in the top left-hand corner, you can see the backhoe digging, and then all of a sudden there was like a dump truck in my driveway and all sorts of shit. And well, they completed it. It's done. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, this dirt is higher than my lawn. So I'm thinking it's going to center down on its own accord. I might have to give Mark a call and be like, hey bro, am I okay to move this thing back? Or do you guys got to come and do some hydro seeding? Or are you leaving that up to me? Because honestly, I really don't care what happens with it. Like, this grass and weed and probably that green tall plant over there, which we identified in a previous video, will make its way into this. But worst case Ontario, I might just grade this out with my rake, level it off, and then just get some shitty seed from Canadian Tire and lay it down and water it with my hose. Because guys, we got full water. The first thing I did when I saw this when I got home, first thing I did was went in the kitchen and turned on the sink. I really wish I showed you guys a before and after of the water pressure, because before it was like you turned it on full tilt and it took a long time to fill the chug jug. Now the pressure, oh my goodness, it's like it comes out of the tap like a bat out of hell. It is so nice. Like, I bet you this garden hose that they used, they said they put chlorine in the guy. Now this garden hose, when I used to turn it on, like, it would barely flow. Now look at that pressure. That is good. So what's nice about that is now I can use my pressure washer to wash my truck and car, get proper pressure to the pressure washer so that when it starts throwing, it's not doing water and air combinations, or because it's trying to pull in more water than the volume hitting the friggin' thing. And I should be able to use it to come back here and clean all this bullshit off the bottom of my house, all this mold and stuff. Why did that plant grow back? Why? I got a tree growing out of my house, for crying out loud. And I got all these freaking vines climbing over. I got some work to do back here. I need to go to Home Repo and buy some more string for the big trimmer and trim all this back, and maybe talk to an American farmer for some 2,4-D. What are you? What are you growing back here? What is this? What's this? What's this trying to make life back here? Did anybody say you're allowed to grow back here? I didn't say you can grow back here. You're gonna get the friggin' Ryobi, bud. New dude to boot it. But anyway, we got full water pressure again. This has been like, I want to say winter 2023 that I lost water pressure. I was basically running at like a third of my pressure, because now, I'll tell you what, we got the PSIs at the tap. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't freaking believe it. Because, like, look at this. Look at this. That's amazing. That's amazing. And it warms up really fast too now, because it doesn't take a month to freaking warm up. Because I have PSIs again, boys. So I was going to call in that problem, but the plumbing did it for me by blowing out and leaking down the road. And I noticed driving home today, there was no more water going down the road, and it's all dried up and everything's hunky-dory. I just don't know what the battle plan is with that pile of dirt out there, or if I'm safe to move my thing back. So like I said, I'll have to give the city a call and then Probably move it back on Wednesday. I got karate tonight, so I got to go to that. But anyway, guys, that was my ordeal, my fun times. And yeah, the water situation is resolved. I can now have high pressure showers too, I'll do it after martial arts. I'll just go and I'm going to get wrecked anyway because it's 2 hours of kickboxing and martial arts back to back. I'm probably going to die. So better off to wait until afterwards, have a shower, get all clean with some high PSI shower time. It's going to be great. Can't wait. Excited. So I should have shown you guys a before of how bad the flow was, because literally I don't even think I can imitate it. Actually, I can. Not that much. That used to be full power on this sink. Now it's that. So filling that 52-ounce Bubba keg is going to take no freaking time whatsoever. Super stoked. You guys don't know. The simplest things excite me. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That was my little update on the ordeal. Sprung a leak. Leak is fixed. How much did it cost me? Not a dime. It was on them because it was on their side of the yard, which is pretty much everything after the house, because this house is built illegally. But can't be anything. Nothing can be done about it unless I knock it down and build a new one. So more of a reason to keep this building up. Thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment, all that fun stuff. And until next time, guys, live it to win it. Peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.